I do think the basic value proposition right now is a bit thin. If I have a No Frills account attached to a mobile banking proposition or a more traditional card and point of sale terminal platform, what can I do with it? I just can store value into this one single account, or I can make some payment in real time. But what's the probability that the moment I get money, I can send a payment? There's not much I can do with it. I'm not going to be using this on a daily basis. Once a month, it might be nice to get my NREC payment through it. I'm not using through it because it's not really fitting into my mental models. So yes, there's an absolute need to add more value to those accounts. They need to be much more relevant in people's lives. The trade-off, though, is how to achieve more relevance while keeping it simple. I struggle a little bit with the notion of replacing the simple No Frills account with a bouquet of 10 products, where customers really have no way of understanding which is the right for them, what are the special features between all these different accounts, because one might have 4 free ATM withdrawals a month, the other one has 1 free ATM withdrawal a month. It starts getting very complicated very quickly. So the core of the matter is reconciling relevance with simplicity or usability. And that's what we were exploring earlier with this notion of deferred payments, that the way I save is by sending money to myself. That's an example of how you can integrate two services which I otherwise would think of as separate, the payments function and the savings function, into one. Because now you do exactly the same to send money to someone as you do to send money to yourself over time. You've integrated the savings and the payments product. So I think that's the kind of innovation that we'll need where people can do more things with their account, but it's within a single customer experience, not just as a stapling of 5, 7, 10 diverse products that I can't get my head around. It's also very important to integrate credit into this. It's clear that credit is something that draws people, the possibility of credit draws people into formal financial services. People want to have the option of credit. That's an important element of the service. It's a good hook for the service, and it's a good source of profitability for the provider. So then, once we've integrated payments and savings in the way that I just described, what about credit? Well, there's a fairly natural linkage there. Under the scheme where I can send myself money to different goals over time, now the bank who's behind it starts getting a sense of how I manage my money. The bank has a sense of how many goals I have, what the goals are, how I spend my money, and how regularly I fulfill those goals. That could potentially be very interesting information for credit scoring. So now, on top of this payments and savings function, you might load a credit function. Because if I'm saving for June 1st for a bicycle, well, the bank might tell me on April 15, because they've done some credit scoring on me, we'll advance you the money that you need for your bicycle. So that's, again, an example of how through a single relationship that is focused on your bicycle, your school fees, the bank has bundled payments, savings, and credit. For credit to be scalable, it needs to be based on credit scoring. For credit scoring to work, the bank needs to know much more about customers at the base of the pyramid than they know today. Right now, as a bank, they know nothing, which is why if they want to loan, they need to send field officers as scouts for information. The promise here is by making the tool in customers' hands so useful that you automatically get to know more about the customer and can start offering credit on demand, so that in the end, mobile money is not only like a debit card, it becomes more like a credit card, but a responsible credit card because we have the information about you.